Hey everyone. Well, I thought we'd get a little off topic today. I read this interesting article a couple days ago. I can't remember what paper it was in. I think it was a British paper. It was either the Times or the Guardian. And it was an article about successful people. And it was basically a piece about, what makes them tick. And an interesting thing that they brought up was the concept of the 10,000 hour rule. And what that is basically is it's stating that to become really good at something or to master anything, whether it's a musical instrument or whatever, if you're a writer, is that you have to spend 10,000 hours doing it. Now, that's a long time. If you do the math, that's 416 days nonstop. That's the bad news. That's a really long time. The good news is that it kind of gives you a glimpse of what it takes to become good at something or to master it. And the hint is, of course, is you have to do it over and over and over. There's that old joke of someone in New York City asks a cab driver for directions to Madison Square Garden, and the cabbie replies, "Practice, practice, practice." And that's true. Now, I guess what reason I'm bringing this up is because I know a lot of you, or actually probably all of you, want to get into this business as quickly as possible. Many of you are young students, full or part-time, and you want to get into this very quickly. And a lot of you are older, and you're in a career, and you want to make a career change. And I'm guessing that sooner than later is your choice. And the reason I'm bringing this up because one really important thing I think that never really gets talked about is time management and how to spend your time. And I know it's tough. You come home from work and your kids are screaming, the dog's barking, and maybe chewed the leg off of a chair, and you get into an argument with your spouse, and you get the kids at the bed and the food and all that stuff. Next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock, and you're beat, and all you want to do is sit down, and The Simpsons are on, and you want to watch that or some show. My advice is don't do it. Again, back to the 10,000 hour rule. The more you do something, the better you're going to get, and the quicker it's going to happen. It could come down to something where in the evening, if you just that point where you just want to sit down and watch TV or play Xbox or whatever, instead of doing that, if you just turn on your computer and work on your design work. Or maybe you don't even have to do that. Maybe if you read about art history or flip through a design magazine, or maybe you practice drawing, sketching, or even if it's just a little off base where maybe you do something else creative. Maybe you have another creative outlet, or teach yourself guitar, or learn Italian or something. The point is that you only have so much time, and if you kind of carve out that time that you set aside, let's say you say, from 9 to 10 o'clock I'm going to do whatever, and 1 or 2 days, 3, 4, a couple of weeks, you'll be absolutely amazed at the progress that you make. And I absolutely guarantee you, after a while, when you look back at the progress that you made, you'll be really, really happy with what you've done. And like I said, I know it's tough, and I don't mean to sound like your mother or your parents telling you what to do, but this is just some food for thought. Making a schedule and keeping to it. I know when I started teaching these online classes, the first class it went okay, but it was kind of a train wreck in the sense that I'm doing this on my own time, and I did a little here and there. And it was just all over the place, and that's when I decided to have my official office hours of like 8:30 to noon. That's my dedicated time, and it works beautifully. So not to go on and on about this, but like I said, a little food for thought for you in time management and what it takes to get things done. Because you have to, like I said before in my other videos, you have to really kind of keep your eye on the end product, and that's you and your portfolio heading to a job interview. And when you're putting your portfolio together, if you have 50 pieces to choose from, I mean, you should only have about 18 to 20 for them to look at. But if you have like 50 or 60 pieces to choose from to put in your portfolio, it's going to be a lot better than if you only had 25. If you're scraping to put stuff together, the more work you do, the more it's going to show. So anyway, just to recap, work. Try to put down a remote as much as you can, and you'll be very happy with yourself. All right, thanks.